You've always been my backup plan, not my first choice. You know that, right? That's what my girlfriend told me to my face. I walked out calmly. 4 years later, she's alone, texting me about how she threw it all away. I was 30, working as a warehouse supervisor while studying for my logistics certification at night. My girlfriend Ava was a marketing coordinator who jumped between startups. We'd been together 6 years, living in a duplex we'd filled with furniture we restored from estate sales. Every weekend, I'd refinish tables and chairs in my garage while she picked colors. On our 5th anniversary, I gave her a vintage promise ring we'd found together. She wore it every day, until she didn't. Ava started getting invited to networking events in San Francisco, rubbing elbows with tech founders. She came home talking about this guy, Jet, an interior designer who flipped properties, drove a white Tesla, and lived in Marin. Suddenly, our weekends became strategy meetings with Jet. The promise ring disappeared. She said it got in the way when handling fabric swatches. Her wardrobe changed to match his Instagram aesthetic. Flowing neutral outfits instead of jeans and band hoodies. Jet says, "I should think bigger," became her constant refrain. Every sentence had his name in it. One night after a double shift, I came home to find 2 expensive suitcases open on our bed, filled with clothes I'd never seen. "Going somewhere?" I asked. "Actually, I'm moving in with Jet," she said casually. "We've been together for months. He's giving me a full partnership in his business, something you could never do." Months. Every collab, every late night, every weekend trip, all of it fit. She sat on the bed and delivered the line. "David, you've always been my backup plan, not my first choice. You were basically training wheels. Safe, boring, predictable. I stayed until I knew what I really wanted." She smirked. "You fix things. You don't create. With Jet, I get financial security, real creative opportunities, an actual lifestyle. With you, it's camping trips and old furniture." She dismissed 6 years like they were nothing. "So 6 years was just you killing time?" I asked. "Don't be dramatic. I've outgrown this." She waved at the duplex like it was beneath her. "Okay," I said, and walked out. I drove to my brother's place, helped him rebuild his deck, and never looked back. By Monday, I'd signed a lease on a small apartment and blocked Ava on everything. 6 months later, I passed my certification with top scores. The promotion came with a serious raise, regional logistics consultant. I bought a house with a detached garage for a proper workshop. I started volunteering at the animal shelter. That's where I met Abby, a veterinary technician who actually got her hands dirty. She saw my workshop and thought it was impressive, not blue collar. After a year, she moved in. 6 months later, I proposed at Lake Tahoe. We had a backyard wedding. 3 months later, Abby told me she was pregnant. I started building a crib in the garage. That's when my brother called with news about Ava. Turns out Jet's property flipping was mostly a front for fraud. He'd had Ava signing paperwork for shell companies, using her contacts to approach startups for investment money that got routed offshore. When the FBI got involved, Jet cooperated to save himself. Ava was left holding contracts with her name on them. Wire fraud, embezzlement, money laundering, serious federal charges. She lost her job and burned through her savings on legal fees. Then the calls started. Desperate messages. "I know you hate me, but you always believed in me, David. I need $20,000 for legal fee." I blocked every number, never replied. The day of Abby's baby shower, I opened my door to find Ava standing there. Thin, tired, hair flat, wearing clothes that looked pulled from a donation bin. "I hired a private investigator to find you," she said. "I need money. 20,000. After everything between us, I thought you could help. What we had was real. I could be part of your life again. Maybe help with the baby." Abby walked up behind me, hand on her pregnant stomach. "Hi, I'm Abby." I put my arm around my wife. "This is Ava, my ex." Ava's eyes flicked to Abby's belly. "How far along?" "7 months. We're having a girl." Ava turned back to me. "Could we talk privately? There are things your wife probably doesn't know." "My wife knows everything important," I said, "including the fact that you called me your safety net and said I wasn't the real thing." Her face flushed. "That's not fair. I made mistakes. We can fix this. You don't have to let me drown. You need to leave. This is my home, my family. I'm not leaving until you agree to help me." I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. "I'm calling the police to report trespassing." Within 10 minutes, 2 officers arrived and escorted her off my property. 2 months later, the fraud charges hit the news. Ava and Jet, side by side in mugshots. In court, she tried the victim defense. The judge cut her off mid-sentence and said her choices spoke for themselves.